Brentford 1, Manchester United 3, a game of football that happened at the Brentford Community Stadium in London, and Manchester United have really got a win after 2 games of the Premier League without winning. Remember, they last won against the side which goes by names of Burnley. They lost to Wolverhampton Wanderers, they drew with Aston Villa, and now they've bagged their win in their scenes of the loss against Aston Villa had started even to show up, because after United going 3 goals up, Brentford comes in, scores like 5 minutes to the end of the game, and people were saying, oh, late note, what happened to Manchester United while playing Aston Villa happened to us again. Ronaldo getting furious in there. Very many moments in there. Freddie having a worst game in there, but all in all giving United an assist to Elanga. But that lift of the ball that Elanga did then to apply a header to see to it that it goes at the back of the net was one of the moments that we cannot forget into this game of football. Smash the like button, comment and share. This is the Manchester United Matters channel. United back to winning ways, as you see the thumbnail there for you. This is a game of Ragnick in there. He has only lost 1, drawn 2, and won the rest of the games in there for you. So he has really taken United to 35 points in there for you. And as things stand, United are level with Arsenal, and United are in the 7th position. West Ham have played 22 games. They're in 37. They have 37 points, and United are playing West Ham on the weekend. And this is calling for United to go in and hit a team which goes by names of West Ham to see it that it surpasses it, and it goes to 38, where they're having a game in hand. Spurs are really having 2 games in hand. They really escaped narrowly from losing to a side which goes by name Leicester City. 2 goals scored by Bergwijn into 80 seconds to it that Spurs gets a win in there to keep themselves into the position of reach of the top 4 positions in there. But Elanga scoring a beauty. He is winning the trust of the manager, who goes by names of Ralf Rangnick in there for you. First and foremost, before we go any further, talk about Elanga and any other players in there, let's talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo getting pissed in there. And to me, I really feel like it was the right decision made by the manager. Why? Reason 1, he's returning from injury, you get? And when you look at the players of a team which goes by names of Brentford, they are physical players. They really use a lot of energy in there. So I really feel like it was really a very technical move to get out a player who goes by names of Ronaldo off the pitch and rest him, because we are having a crucial game against West Ham. And by the way, this is really great. Ronaldo needs to know that no player is bigger than Manchester United. And Ralf Rangnick is showing balls again that I can really get Ronaldo off the pitch and really take you behind. And Ronaldo getting off the pitch, he gets the jacket he's supposed to put on after the game. He thumps it down in anger. What does that really call for? I know you're pissed, but understand, we are winning by 2-0. That's what United's score was, 2-0. You were totally involved and bravely involved into the second goal. You just passed to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno did a very nice counter, and guess what? He passes it Greenwood, and Greenwood nets it the back of the net. So you are really going to get a mention, Ronaldo. No reason to come out and really start getting furious for no reason, please, because I really feel like Ronaldo couldn't get furious, because let me tell you, if you want to score a goal, goals are not forced, you get? And us having you into this game, you are not here to score goals, you get? You are here to see to it that you see United go to the next level. So you've contributed to the second goal of the game. Very nice chest pass by Ronaldo to a man who goes by Bruno Fernandes. Bruno does a very big run in there for you, and he sees that a team which goes by names of Manchester United gets a second goal. Now, a man is taken off Ronaldo, he's fuming, but later Ragnick talks to him and Ronaldo calms down. That's the fact about this game. I know Ragnick told him, you're returning from injury, 2 games you've not been playing for Manchester United, and now we feel like it's the right time. You've played 70 minutes. I think they had agreed that Ronaldo is going to play 70 minutes because he needs to be playing those minutes until he gets back to full fitness. Because to me, I really feel like Ronaldo is not fully fit. He's not yet back to full fitness. He's just returning from injury. He needs to get himself to the levels that he's supposed to be on and see to it that he really gets into the score sheet in there again. And there was no clear chance for Ronaldo in there for you that you can really blame him for not really finishing in there for you. But he really did a very good chest pass to Ronaldo that saw United go into that game and score that goal in there that saw United get a second lead in there for you. Substitutes made, I'm really going to talk about them, but let me talk about the central defense partnership of Rafael Varane and Lindelof. Guys, it's really going to be hurting to Victor Lindelof, because it looks like in the game of West Ham, Maguire looks like he's coming back, and they're really going to play Maguire alongside a man who goes by the name of Rafael Varane in there. And I really feel like this isn't something we should do in there, because when you look at our fixture, I feel like Maguire should come back when United is playing Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. That's what I think. That's the best time to see Maguire coming back. It's supposed to be 4th February. That's when Harry Maguire is supposed to come in and play a game of football for Manchester United, because I really feel like against West Ham, they're very fast players. West Ham is a counter-attacking side, and I really feel like Ralph Rangnick shouldn't fall into the trap of English media in there, because I had the commentator today saying that they need to introduce Harry Maguire in there to help them with the area threat of Brentford in there for you. Now, when Maguire came on, guess the goal we conceded? It came from a corner. He couldn't win that header. So you get, he caused a lot of commotion to the central defense, and you really saw United not getting into the position where they're supposed to be. Remember, Maguire is really bad at his positional sense. You saw him collide with Luke Shaw in very many games. You've seen him cost United very many goals, and I really feel like he shouldn't be brought back to start in the game of West Ham. He should start the game of Middlesbrough, and in the game of West Ham, it should be Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof. I don't know what you guys think about it. You can as well go into the comment section and tell me what you think about. Do you want Maguire back because he has played close to 20 minutes into this game of a team which goes by the names of Brentford, and it was already won in there? And by the time he came in, United really had 5 defenders in there, so that means exposing him was really little. There were minimal chances of exposing Harry Maguire in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. But I really feel like Telles had a good game, Lindelof had a good game, Varane had a good game. I think the communication between Varane and Lindelof is really growing to a level that they know one another. I saw most of the times when the ball was brought to them, and there is the way Lindelof looked like was going to head it to De Gea, and then he headed it to Rafael Varane in there. So I really feel like the communication is growing day in, day out, and I really feel like that's what the United we want in there. But my person that kept United into this game, David De Gea. David De Gea, oh my God, he 2 clear chances that Brentford had really got. But one of the ball was thrown by Freddie, the other one was thrown by Dalot in there, and De Gea was the man to save United, and indeed he saved United. That's why you saw De Gea being furious when we really considered that goal in there. He had to be furious. Reason being, he was really great and he deserved a clean sheet. If at all there were a game that United deserved a clean sheet, it was the game of Aston Villa and this game in there, because De Gea kept us in those games, you get. Because remember, first half United played very well in this game of Brentford. We played ugly. It was an ugly display by Manchester United, a player that you cannot really come out and say that United played very well. And the only player that wasn't shit was David De Gea. But the rest of the players looked shit in there. Apart from the back four and David De Gea, the rest looked shit. Scott McTominay was not good. Freddie was not good. Because for me, I really thought that even it was better to take off Freddie at the beginning of the second half and you bring in the Manjamatic such that we really get forward more, because I really thought that the reason that failed United to play as they played against Aston Villa for the first 60 minutes was we didn't have a CDM, because Scott McTominay and Freddie all are box-to-box players. They are not CDMs, and when you have Nemanja Matic playing to that position, I really feel like we control the game more and more better. That's what I really thought. But second half coming in, United changes play, and they really came up showing the eagerness of wanting these 3 points. I don't know what Ralph Rangnick told them, but second half United came onto the pitch very, very composed, very attack-minded. The intensity was really high. The passing, really, it was quick passing of the ball, and we really saw ourselves bagging in the first goal in there. I think in the first 5 minutes of the game, United had really bagged in their first goal in the 55th minutes of the game. Elanga really got that ball in there. I really liked that touch of Elanga. Those that really remember how Elanga really touched that ball, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. When you talk about a player who is young and he is cementing his ground at Manchester United, that is none other than Elanga. Because Elanga, during the first half, I really thought that he played very bad. Reason one, Anton Martial and Rashford were onto the pitch, and I think he had a lot of pressure, because in the game of Aston Villa, where he really played very, very well, Anton Martial and Rashford were not onto the pitch, because he knows those are direct competitors on his position where he was playing. And I think after the first half, into the dressing room, Rangnick sits him down, tells him, and Amas, they tell him that, please, we trust you and we know you're the right person to come in and play this position. Don't take yourself off the pressure. Do what you can do. You get? Don't think about these players on what? On the bench. We are really going to come in through and really give you time. And he really played until the 70th minute. You get, that is Elanga in there for you. So he was composed and he really took that lift. He lifted that ball with his right foot. Then he headed it behind the back of the net and he gave United a lead. And that is Elanga in there for you. I really feel like this young players like this are really going to benefit a lot from a manager who goes by the names of Ralf Rangnick in there for you. I really believe that when Hannibal returns from the African Cup of Nations, he is really going to get some good playing time at Manchester United, because the manager has really come out and really talked about Hannibal being one of the good players at Manchester United, because nowadays you don't know which players are really going to start, because in the game that we played against Aston Villa, no Ronaldo, no Rashford, no Harry Maguire. You remember? Then in this game that we played against Brentford, no Luke Shaw, no Edson Cavani, no Jadon Sancho. The managers really come out and say that Jadon Sancho really lost a relative in there, a family member, and today was the funeral, was the vigil in there for you, and Sancho really had to go in there and he was not in a position to come in and play that game of football in there for you. So you know that there is now space, and the availability of COVID-19 really changes things altogether. You'll never know which player is really going to come out and play and which player is not going to not play, because COVID can catch a player anytime. You cannot really say that, oh no, this is Ronaldo, he cannot get COVID. COVID can get a player anyhow, and you never know. One day, one time, Hannibal is really going to get in playing time. The reason as to why Elanga got playing time was that Sancho, Rashford were off, and then he came in through, and he has not disappointed the manager, who goes by names of Ralf Rangnick. He has really played very well. He has not betrayed the manager, and Elanga has really played very well. I go to Bruno Fernandes, bagging in 2 goals in the game of Aston Villa. He gets into this game. He gives out 2 assists in there. 1 to Mason Greenwood and 1 to Marcus Rashford. Those are 2 assists. In the recent 2 games, Bruno has been involved in 4 goals, whereby he has scored 2 and he has 2 assists in there for you. Now, here is how I come up and really tell people that really say Bruno is shit, he's too wasteful. Guys, he's wasteful, but he has won us games. Like today, he was efficient. There is even that ball that he tried to look for Ronaldo in there for you. You get, I know he wastes many balls, but what causes that is that the runs that we make off the ball really don't create enough spaces to let Bruno do that last pass or release a player. What makes a player like Bruno better? Sorry about that. What makes a player like Bruno better? It's him having players who do make good runs. But look, Mason Greenwood and Elanga, their runs are really not at the level. That's why you see each and every time Cavani is onto the pitch. Sorry. That's when you see each and every time Cavani is onto the pitch, the runs that are made are really on point, because there is the way Cavani creates spaces in there, and you see Bruno either running into them or passing into these players. So I really feel like Bruno is not wasteful, but he fails to find a clear pass because of the runs these players make. That's why you see when a player makes a very good run, like you saw that of Rashford, he released him very well because he had made a good run in there. Now, if I told you come out and make a bad run, what do you expect Bruno to do? Do you expect him to look for you out of the blue? He can't. So he tries all the ways to see to it that he moves that ball towards you in there, and you waste everything because of the poor runs that these players are really coming out to make in here. So to me, I really feel like Bruno is really the man to talk about, one of the players that are really going to compete or to contend for the man of the match in there today, because I really feel like he did what he had to do today, and I really felt like this win is courtesy of Bruno Fernandes and his elegant play. Not forgetting a man who goes by names of Bruno, not forgetting David De Gea, because he really did great into that sick first half in there. He saved close to 2 goals that these were keeper to beats, guys. And if at all you're really going to judge this game according to results that you've seen, I really pity you. You need to really go and catch these highlights of this game. Manchester United 3, Brentford 1, because we looked suspect in the first half. We lost very many balls in the midfield. We couldn't pass the ball. We couldn't move it to a level you're supposed to be moving it. That's why you saw De Gea being exposed twice in there. But all in all, De Gea kept us in the game. And then United came back and reacted very well. I would like to talk about Freddie. To me, I really feel like, however much he's in the game of Aston Villa, he created an assist. In this game, he has created an assist in there. I really feel like he is too wasteful. And just because these teams have not punished us does not mean that he is really a good player that we should be bragging at Manchester United. To me, I would feel like Freddie is not a player to play at Manchester United, because ask yourself, can Freddie start in the midfield of Man City? Can he start in the midfield of Chelsea or Liverpool? Those are the teams we are competing with. So if the answer is no, then that means he's supposed to be a bench player, because there are even players of Man City that are on the bench that are really better than Freddie. You get? Because Freddie cannot even start ahead of Fernandinho. You get? He's 30 years plus, and Freddie is like 28, 29. You get? He cannot start ahead of those players. So that shows you how bad we are looking into this game of football, because if the player we think that he's really doing wonders cannot really go at Man City and really compete in there, I think we are in tatters. And someone come in and say, no, he can really start. Pep Guardiola was interested in him. All right, he can start, but not every game. Do you think he can start ahead of Rodri? Can he start ahead of Gundogan? Can he start ahead of Kevin De Bruyne? Because that is the midfield three of a team which goes by the names of Man City there for you. Because I know he can just come in, but he cannot be a starter. So at United, he's starting, and it looks like the team rolls on him in the midfield. You get? Let's forget. Let's front the mistake that he made in the first half that would have costed us a goal if it was not that good save made by David De Gea. So even when he could have put in that assist, United would have been already a goal down because of his mistake and losing the ball in there. You get? He'll come in and say that field was slippery in there, but I don't buy such crap. I don't buy such crap, because you have to know that you're in the midfield area, and I know what these whites do each and every time they're really going to play a game of football. They study the weather, and they give you boots that are really relative to the weather you're going to play in. So you cannot really come out and give an excuse of weather that Fred slid into there. No sliding, it's not an excuse. You would have costed us a goal in the first half, and you would have gone there limping. By the time you would have put in that assist, United would have already been a goal down in there. So to me, I really feel like Freddie needs to be checked. Freddie needs to be checked, because there is no way really going to come and tell me that he is the best that we have and we should play him. I think if Pogba returns, Freddie needs to go onto the bench, because I really feel like Pogba can get us more in there, because he is really costing us. In the game of Aston Villa, I counted close to 8-10 passes, 10-8 blind passes from the central midfielder that United was really trusting their game of football with. You get? That's something that we shouldn't really come on here and agree about. You can't be a midfielder playing into the central position and you're losing balls like that. Freddie lost close to 10 passes in the game of Aston Villa. Today, the same thing happened in there. He has lost close to 6-7 passes, of which one would have been a goal, but David De Gea came to save, gave us a save. So to me, I will feel like Freddie isn't a player that we should really rely onto that midfield. That's why we are calling for United to go in and bring in a central defensive midfielder. We need him emergently. We need him urgently, because if we don't bring him, we are really destined for not making it to the top 4 positions in there. Look at Spurs. Spurs are fighting. They really went ahead to win against a side which goes by the names of Leicester City by 3-0, and it came in as a late win. It was 3-2 and a late win in there. What a fight Spurs have put up there. You get? And you ask yourself, Spurs, we are going to host Spurs at Old Trafford, and those are games that we must win. If there are games we must win, we must beat West Ham on Saturday. We must beat Tottenham Hotspur, and we must beat Arsenal. If at all we are really to come through and say that we are really going to be into the top 4 positions in there, because these are games we are supposed to win, such that we really create that difference in between us and them. You get? So I really feel like United played very well in the second half. Not a study that you're really going to come out and brag about that United really played very well, but all in all, we needed these 3 points. Those of Aston Villa just passed through the gaps of our fingers in there. on Saturday, but these ones we've grabbed them very well. Ugly enough, I really feel pissed that we never got a clean sheet, because I really felt like De Gea deserved a clean sheet, and Bruno Fernandes would have been my man of the match, because he had a keeper to beat in the 9 minutes in there. He was passed through very well by, was it Nemanja Matic in there? He was released very well, and he was left with the goalkeeper, and he really just did a back pass to the goalkeeper, and he failed to give him a shot. He wanted to dink that ball over him, but it failed in there. But all in all, it was a win well deserved by Manchester United. My man, Alex Telles, he played really very well. I really feel like he doesn't feel like that position is his. That's why you see to it that whenever he reaches into bringing a cross, the cross is not on point. But defensively, he's okay. Going forward, he's okay. The way he really plays, as he really narrows down the stadium, that's really the beauty of it. Because most of the left fullbacks really flow over that entire left line in there. But this lad who goes by the names of Alex Telles, the way he really plays as he narrows into the pitch, cuts into the center of the midfield in there, really, I really like that. And the way he's composed on the ball, when he has the ball, you just know he has it, and there is a brilliant play that's really going to there. And Elanga playing in front of him tracks him back. That's the beauty of Elanga, and I think that's why Elanga is really going to come out and bench Rashford in there, because Rashford does not really make those runs back. We considered the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the 9 minutes because of a man who goes by names of Rashford. He made a poor run. He never tracks back, and he exposes Luke Shaw in there for you. Luke Shaw will find himself in a position whereby he is defending two players, you get? But if at all Rashford tracked back, we wouldn't have considered that goal of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And today, God, good enough, Elanga tracked back very well, and all in all, we really loved what he did today when United was playing a side which goes by names of Aston Villa. Smash the like button, comment and share. This is the Manchester United Matters channel, and we bring you the match reaction in there of Manchester United versus a side which goes by names of Brentford. Manchester United traveled all the way from Manchester to London, and that game ended 1 Brentford, 3 Manchester United. Bruno with a couple of assists in there. Elanga on the score sheet. Mason Greenwood on the score sheet, and Rashford on the score sheet in there. I think Rashford just celebrates himself when he really sees when he's scoring goals. That's his beauty in there. But in the game of football, at the level of Rashford, if I only want to be on the level of people like Kylian Mbappe and very many others, my girlfriend is looking at me, so I love you, honey. All right. When you see people like Rashford scoring goals like that for fun, you just ask yourself, what Bruno does, why don't you do it to other players? Because if I'm to name the most selfish player at Manchester United, it's Marcus Rashford, it's Greenwood, and both of them have been on the score sheet courtesy of Bruno Fernandes. You get? So what does that mean? It teaches you that selfishness is bad. At a point X, you need to come in and put in that assist in there for your player in there. Not every time you have to shoot on goal. Not every time you have to run past a player. No, that's not the case. It's simple. What you have to do, you must be highly intelligent when you're holding that ball. You have to be knowing, here I'll need to pass in, here I'll need to shoot, here I'll need to run, because you need to be deciding, and those are some of the techniques that Ralf Rangnick rides his system on. Your technical ability should be way up there. Your football IQ should be up there. That's why I really feel like this should be a lesson to Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford, that being selfish is bad. Because if at all Bruno was selfish, he would have scored that goal that he passed to Mason Greenwood, because he was left with the goalkeeper. He would have dinked to him, he would have gone for the near post, but he passed into a player who goes by names of Mason Greenwood. But would Mason Greenwood pass into a player who goes by names of Rashford or Ronaldo or who? He would have gone for a shot. The same applies to Rashford. If he was the one with that ball that Bruno passed to him, even if a player was ahead of him, he would have gone for a shot at goal. You get? So this is a lesson to these two players, that to be a great player onto the pitch, you don't need to come out and score in every game. Sometimes your abilities and other works you've done on the pitch really talk for you. Look at Ronaldo today. Have you seen what Ronaldo has done? He did that secondary assist for the second goal of Manchester United, and I'm applauding Ronaldo for that. And if at all I'm to talk about underperformers into this game, Ronaldo is totally out because he just passed that ball to Bruno. Bruno made a very nice run and he passed it to Mason Greenwood, and Greenwood passed it past the goal line, and it was the second goal for Manchester United. So I will feel like selfishness won't help United. It won't help you, Rashford. You can't, because it's going to cost you. Because a team can turn against you. Each and every time they get the ball, they can play you out because you also play them out. You get? And players can do it because Ronaldo and Bruno and Sancho can say, no, Rashford is too selfish. Whenever we are playing with him, we are not going to pass to him because he's selfish and you look trash and the manager will take you off the pitch. You get? So you can't come out and fight all these other players onto the pitch. So Rashford and Greenwood, your selfishness should end. It should end. Because I've seen Greenwood into this game of football against Brentford when he's being passed the ball and Dalot makes that long run all the way from the right side of the defense of United to the right side of almost the corner flag of the opponent, and he goes on to shoot the ball. It's very bad not to pass in a player like Delors after making that run in there. You get? You have to account for his energy. You have to account for his energy, because if he doesn't do that run, you won't get space. You get? And sometimes he's a good crosser of the ball. Pass it to him, let him bring in that cross very well, and wait and see the results, whether the Ronaldos, the Cavani's, or the Elangas will come in and score those goals in there. So to me, I really feel like today there is a lesson that Rashford and Mason Greenwood should come in and learn, because selfishness on the pitch isn't the way to go. I will feel like we can do better. Smash the like button, comment and share. You can as well go into the live chat and tell me who your man of the match was, because I already have mine in my head, because I will feel like if at all he didn't do what he did in the first half, we would have lost this game of football. The other player I want to talk about is Scott McTominay. Guys, I will feel like I want to see in the game of West Ham, Scott McTominay playing alongside a man who goes by the names of Nemanja Matic. I'm having Masful Sichilima says, it's true, brother. Selfishness is our major problem, especially Rashford and Greenwood. Yeah, that's it. That's it. These guys are selfish, and this is costing United games. It's costing us games, and they should know that United is way better than this. You come up, you cost United a game like that. That's why I like Ragnick. He's benching these players because he knows the best way to learn is to put them onto the bench. There is no they're really going to come up and learn that we are really costing United unless they are benched. And I think Ragnick is going to sit Rashford down there and tell him, please, do you see what Bruno Fernandes has done to you? Ask yourself, if at all he didn't do it to you, would we have scored? No, we wouldn't. And he tells him, all right, next time I want you to be on the pitch. I really want to see you do the same thing, passing through Bruno Fernandes or Ronaldo or Mason Greenwood. And we tell Mason Greenwood the same thing. So subscribe to our channel. And how do you subscribe? Go into the lower right bottom corner. There is the subscribe button. Hit it, and after hitting it, click the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time we are live onto this channel. Remember, we are live on a daily, and the transfers are cooking up in there. Anton Martial coming back into the match squad, but all in all, he was not brought to the pitch. But Martial really wants out. He wants out, and I really feel like we are really wasting his time. It's better get him off to a team like Sevilla. After getting off to a team like Sevilla, let him play very well, and he gains back his market and value, because United would want like 50 million pounds in there for you. How will you get 50 million pounds from Anton Martial when he's not playing? Get him off to Sevilla. Let him play close to 3, 6 or 5 months in there of football. A new manager comes in at Manchester United. When he comes in, he will either say we sell him or I'm going to use him. You get? So that's what I think about Anton Martial. Ragnick, I want to talk about his substitutions today. I really felt like he did these substitutions because he wanted to put Harry Maguire onto the pitch. That's my thought all. I really think that he did all these substitutions because he wanted Maguire onto the pitch. I saw no reason of United having close to 5 defenders onto that pitch. I think they would have taken off like Alex Telles. You get? Lindelof shifts to the right back. Maguire and Varane play into the central defense. Delors shifts to the left back. Then we add more steel into the midfield, because all what we needed was to make that midfield strong, because the defense always looks okay when the midfield is not tampered with or when the midfield is not porous. But whenever the midfield looks porous, just know our defense is really passed through in there. So I really felt like these substitutions that were made just show you how Rangnick does not trust Harry Maguire to pay into his central defense, because he knows he's suspect. That's why when he's putting him there, he puts him there to be the fifth defender for Manchester United. You get? Because he's the most expensive defender in the world, 80 million pounds brought in at Manchester United. Second, he's the second most expensive player at Manchester United after Paul Pogba. Pogba coming in at close to 90 million pounds. A player who goes by names of Maguire coming in at 80 in there, Jadon Sancho coming in at 74, and I think Bruno coming in there at close to 65 million pounds in there for you. Then the likes of Anton Martial, the Fred is really do fall up in there. But I really feel like it's time for Manchester United to keep this run, and I really feel like I would like to see Scott McTominay go in and play alongside Nemanja Matic, because Scott McTominay, before he came, because Scott McTominay looked better when he is really going that ball forward. You get? Each and every time Scott McTominay is playing a box-to-box role, he looks great. He never looks great when he's playing a CDM role. And I really feel like I want to see Nemanja Matic starting alongside Scott McTominay in a 4-2-3-1 system of Manchester United on West Ham. That's what I really want to see, because those are really great things that we deserve to be doing in here at Manchester United. So that's what we had here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. My man of the match is David De Gea, because if it was not him, saving those two keeper to beats that Brentford had against the same player, we would have been here narrating a different story altogether. Those that know football know it. They know it when a team like Brentford is 2 goals up against you. So to me, my man of the match is David De Gea. I don't know who your man of the match is. If at all Bruno had gone ahead to score that goal in the dying minutes that Scott McTominay passed him through and he was left with the goalkeeper, I would have come and said Bruno is my man of the match. Scoring a goal and 2 assists gives him a man of the match. To me, I will feel like David De Gea is my man of the match, though I will feel like they might go in for Bruno Fernandes in there. They might even go in for who else? I think it's either David De Gea or Bruno Fernandes. So I don't know who your man of the match is, but all in all, United have really gone ahead to win this game of football by 3-1 in there. It's good to see that we are really scoring goals, because by the time Rangnick came in at Manchester United, we are only scoring 1 goal. In the game of Crystal Palace, we scored 1 goal. In the game of Norwich, we scored 1 goal. In the name of Newcastle, we scored 1 goal. In the name of Wolverhampton, we never scored. That of Burnley, we scored 3. Yeah. And we conceded 1. That of Aston Villa, we scored 2. And we conceded 2. Brentford, we've scored 3. So it shows you that goals are really trying to increase. And we are getting goals from different sources. But the only positive that I see ever since Rangnick came in, we are not conceding very many goals. We aren't conceding very many goals. So I will feel like going into the game of West Ham and they're coming at Old Trafford, to me I will feel like we should bury them and give them a beating of their life that they'll never forget. Moyes, being an ex-manager of Manchester United, he has to know that this is Manchester United and this is Old Trafford. This fortress of Old Trafford is not a fortress to play all in about in there. That's what I had for you. I go by the names of RD onto our channel, which goes by the names of Manchester United Matters channel. This is what we had for you today, and I can't really wait to come through and do the needful to you tomorrow as we really talk about the 5 things we learned from Manchester United 3, Brentford 1. I'm out. See you later.